Hello guys, hi. Welcome back to, well, another reaction video. Today we're checking out another video by ChaoticMeatball. I've reacted to one of his videos before, and it was actually very good. I really enjoyed it. I could tell that a lot of effort went into it, and well, I've decided I would like to watch another one and record my reaction to it again. So this time we're watching Can I Beat Pokemon White with Only One Tynamo? So again, it's a Gen 5 video, just like the previous one. However, it's definitely a little bit of a different challenge. Plus, Tynamo, Stage 1 evolution, that's definitely gonna make this interesting. So I'm very curious to see if he's gonna be able to pull it off. But that's enough talking, let's just get right into the video. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, ChaoticMeatball here, and welcome back to another Pokemon Challenge video. Last time, we took on the Red and Blue Professor Oak's challenge, and admittedly with a few stumbles and mistakes, I'm
Yeah,
ready to
right,
take
I
on the next
haven't
challenge. So I
watched any
decided
of
to
these
take a
Professor Oak
suggestion from a
challenges, which is
comment
basically
for
just
this
completing
challenge.
the Pokédex.
Tynamo is a very weak Pokemon with a 275 base stat total, with its best stat being a base of 55 attack. Not too bad,
Yeah, this
but once
is...
you take a look at the
Well,
moveset, you'll
well,
realize
no,
that we
attack is not
really
its
have
best
no
stat. I
weaknesses.
saw that speed was
Tynamo starts
better.
with
Then
Tackle,
again, speed
Thunder Wave,
is not
Spark,
gonna be
and
very
Charge Beam
essential
at level 1.
in this, I
Good
guess,
moveset for early
considering
game
that
for sure, but it doesn't get
at some
any
point
other
pretty much
moves
every
throughout
opponent
the
is gonna
entire
outspeed it.
game. No TMs or HMs, nothing by breeding,
Whoa.
nothing through tutor, aside from Magnet Rise, which is only in black and white too, and completely
Alright.
useless anyway since Dynamo has Levitate. So, in return for no moves, we have no weaknesses. That'll definitely help in some
Yeah, no
fights, like
weakness is definitely gonna
ground
help, but
fights
not
where I can
having
spam tackle.
any moves you can
Anyway,
teach
let's
it
get into the
outside
video.
of the level
First
up
rule is that I
moveset,
can
that's
use
definitely
Tynamo
gonna
in
be
battle.
a
I'm allowed to catch
problem,
HM slaves, but they're not allowed to be used in battle.
which
Second
is
rule is that I
understandable.
can't use any items in battle. Except for one occasion, you'll see why later in the video. And
Oh,
lastly, no
already
glitch
declaring that there's
serves,
gonna be an
or else
exception
it
to one of
really
the
wouldn't be
rules.
a challenge.
Well, I'm
I think I
interested to
can
see.
make it to the Elite Four before level 100,
Considering how difficult
but
this challenge is
this
gonna be
gym with the
anyway,
grade is
I'm
going to be
surprised
big
that
brick walls to
not
break
using
through
any
ice
items is
and steel
even...
type.
Well, then
Good
again, if you
news.
were allowed to
Most
use items
first-person
that
Pokemon
would make things
randomize
a
their
lot
base
easier,
Tepig into Tynamo,
you could
which
always
puts
just
me in
spam
both
X
a
items
rival
and
and weak
stuff.
rival, like how Black and White normally work, so I figured this was fair. Bianca ended up being the one with the resistant rival this time around, but I've already got my final moveset, so I just continued to use Spark until it went down.
Alright.
Charon's
Poison
Onslaught
Ivy.
was easier since it took less sparks. After receiving the Pokedex, I nicknamed Tynamo Thundia. Kinda sounds like a Final Fantasy spell, but not a complete rip-off of them. I did
Alright,
some
okay.
grinding on Route 1 to level
And
7
grinding.
so that I could be on par with my first fight with N. Going as well as it would
Ah,
have
I
been
guess,
normally
again,
for
that's to
a
be expected.
Purloin,
If you're
but it
only
gave me
if you're
more
only using one
nonetheless.
Pokemon and are not allowed to
At
evolve
the
it,
end
you
of Route
gotta
2,
grind
I
a
had another
lot.
battle with Bianca, which wasn't too different other than the fact that she also had a Lillipup. I took her out and moved on to Striaton City and fought Charon again, whose only difference was that he had a Purloin. Guess he stole it from N. I
I
took most of the
guess.
Pokemon down with Spark,
Then
and he
again,
gave me some Oranberries
yeah, I
along
mean,
with
I
the
guess
other
there
guy.
aren't too many Pokemon available
Afterwards,
to
I went
catch early
immediately
on
to
in
the
the
gym,
game, as
taking out the
always.
trainers before fighting the gym leader. And I just didn't really think about this beforehand, but because the game thinks I chose Tepig, I got to fight Cress, and his Lillipup didn't give me much trouble, and Panpour was weak to electric
Well, yeah,
types,
I
so it went
guess
down to
that
2
makes it
sparks,
easier.
allowing me to grab the Tree
So
Badge
he
and
didn't
leave.
even think about that
Not a
and
bad start at
pretty
all,
much lucked
but I
out,
think that the next gym
because
is going to be
despite
quite
not thinking
confusing,
about it, he got
as
the
it
type
actually
advantage
is
here.
even in casual runs. I
Hmm.
blasted through Team Plasma and the trainers on Route 3 before another rival battle with Charon, who doesn't have any new members of his team, so I just took
So he,
him down in a
yeah.
few sparks. After rescuing a girl's Pokemon and taking down some Plasma Grunts, I took out the rest on Route 3 and arrived in Nacrene City, skipping over it and taking
Alright.
the outside of the Pinwheel Forest by storm. I tried fighting Lenora after taking out these trainers, and I realized, yeah, there's no chance I'm taking her down for a while. So
Oh,
I
okay,
learned
yeah,
my lesson
a
on
one-shot
fighting
is
Lenora
definitely
in
gonna be a
Casual,
problem.
where I challenged Lenora half a dozen times, finally getting a good attempt on her. She leads with Herdier, which has Intimidate, lowering my attack stat and making Spark
Oh,
and Tackle
that's,
much
yeah, that's
weaker.
gonna be annoying.
I go for Charge Beam as she hits Leer, and I miss with another, getting hit with another Leer. This really isn't good.
Yeah.
I hit a second Charge Beam and get the special attack boost as she misses with Takedown,
Oh,
allowing me to KO
okay.
Herdier.
But,
Plus the
alright,
game's
so
special attack is watch
first
out for
getting a little bit
Unova,
unlucky, but
who's
then getting
here
some
for
luck to
some
balance it
reason,
out. Seems
allowing
like
me
it
to get a
went
critical charge beam for a
decent.
one-shot and giving me the basic badge. For
So,
some reason, she didn't go for retaliate.
getting out
And
of there
I
with
did
full
have
health.
speed, so I really
So,
have nothing
definitely
for
did
why I
pretty
won this fight.
decently.
After taking care of Team Plasma
So
and
far,
getting
it's going a
points,
lot better
I
than
went
I
down to the
expected, gotta be
breathtaking
honest.
CodeErr bridge, and if I can take a moment, this looks amazing for the DS.
It really does. I have to 100% agree.
Pokemon games to date. Maybe it's
Yeah.
my bias towards pixels rather than 3D models, but I really love this. Anyway,
Same.
arrived in Castelia
I've said this
immediately
before,
started
but
the
Gen
battle
5 is
system,
just so
beating out
amazing.
their trainers for extra EXP and grabbing the EXP share. This won't really be useful, but it is an EXP item that we'll get later on that will be. After
Okay.
another bout with Team Plasma later, and it's time for Berg. He leads with Whirlipede as I go for Thunder Wave as he nails a Poison Tail. I go for
Is
a
it-
Charge Beam, which doesn't get the
Alright,
boost,
so he
but
didn't
he's fully
get
paralyzed.
poisoned probably,
So
because
I
he
hit
would
him
have
again
mentioned
with
it.
no boost as I get
Yeah.
hit with another Poison Tail. Finally, on my third Charge Beam, I get the special attack boost as I get nailed with Poison Tail again.
Still no poison?
I'm getting reasonably low on health, but he
Alright.
heals with a Hyper Potion as I get a critical Charge Beam with a boost.
And another
I'm
hyper
using
potion.
Another Hyper Potion.
So at least he wasted
Charge
his healing
Beam later,
items.
And he goes down. Dwebble comes out and he goes down to 2 sparks, but he gets me closer to going down with a smackdown before Leavanny comes out.
Well, he wasted all of his healing
Enough said,
items, didn't
and knocked
get
out
the
by
poison, so
Shuffle.
I think that went
I'm
pretty
gonna
well.
need to grind so I can outspeed Leavanny.
Then again,
I got up to level 32.
yeah, then again the
Wanted
final
to level
Pokemon is
4,
definitely gonna be
which
more of a
didn't
challenge.
take all that long, since there's still a decent level to get good EXP off of, leaving me to fight Berg again. After 3 more failed attempts, it's time. He leads with Whirlipede as I go for
Alright.
Thunder Wave, paralyzing him for the turn. I hit a
That
boosted
went well.
Charge Beam as he's paralyzed
And
again,
fully paralyzed
leaving him
again.
I got another boost as he
And
hits
still
me
no
with the tail,
poison.
and after a Hyper Potion, I knocked him out in 2 more Charge Beams. Dwebbles out next,
So
and I
yeah,
take
it's
it down
definitely
with a
going
full
better
Charge
right
Beam,
now.
leaving just Leavanny.
I mean, I think
Thunder
he
Wave
hasn't wasted all of his
continues
healing
straight
items,
shot.
but
I miss a Charge Beam as I get hit with another String Shot. He uses Protect, and next turn I finally get a Charge Beam as yet another String Shot.
well, that
comes
was
through. I
kind
nail
of
another
annoying.
Charge Beam as he lands in the red, being paralyzed again
But
as he heals with another Hyper
yeah,
Potion.
of course, there's the healing
I
item.
hit a Spark, and
Saw it
my
coming.
last Charge Beam, getting the KO and the win. That was a surprisingly stressful fight, since only having 10 power points for Charge Beam really makes it hard to get those special attack boosts and
Yeah.
sweep through an entire team.
Yeah, I
I bet you
guess.
it's gonna get even worse once we start getting teams with 4, 5, and even 6 Pokemon.
Yeah. Alright, I
For
guess
PP, I'm
preserving
saddled with
PP
another
would be
Beyond the
kind of
Route battle
annoying
before Route 4, in which I beat her swiftly.
in this challenge.
I got onto Route 4 for another battle with Charon, and nothing really to speak of here. The fact that there's this many rival battles is a bit much, but that's what happens when there's 3 rivals in the game, if
Yeah.
you include N.
I mean, I agree.
Did stop
Gen
for
5 did
some
have a lot
to
of
clear out
rival
all the
battles, but I
trainers
never
over
really
there,
minded them.
finally getting to Nimbob
I figured
City.
they were a
There's
decent
a
way to
very
get
few
experience
trainers,
points
so I took them out before
and
going on
some
a
money,
very
so I
slow
really
camp.
didn't mind the extreme amount of rival battles.
If you're the Team Plasma King, I don't care if you want to change the world. I just want to beat this region with a dumb old Tynamo. Now get out of the way or be blasted by my Charge Beam. I tried facing off against Elisa, but Volt Switch just kept screwing me up since I used Charge Beam
Oh,
and accidentally
right.
hit Substrika and boosted special attack.
Right, her.
Grind a little bit to outspeed
Everyone knows
Elisa.
she's annoying.
I didn't want to use Spark or Tackle too, since both of the
Now again,
unlocks
when I played through the
had
game, I
get
don't
paralyzed
remember
and
that much because
twice.
it's been a long time.
Grinding to level 40 with the Autonova
But I know that
and
when I
Autonomous
played through the
Force
game,
is
I
what needed
chose
to do.
Snivy,
She leads with
so
her
my
first move as
Pokemon
I
resisted
nail
all
attack,
the opponents.
immediately
My starter
paralyzing
resisted
me
all the
and
electric
getting
attacks,
pursued.
but I think the fight was still annoying.
With
Again, it has been a
attack,
long time,
allowing me to hit Substrika for nearly half health.
so I can't
She
quite
uses a
tell.
quick attack as I go for another tackle, but since she's allowed to use items, she uses a Hyper Potion as I hit another tackle.
Yeah,
She
that's
gets
to
a
be
main
expected.
charge as I use another tackle to take Zebstrika down to red health, where she proceeds to use another Hyper Potion as I use tackle.
Yeah, that's annoying. I guess it was expected though. The previous gen also had 2 hyper potions, so
Just a little more luck and I should have it. And sure enough,
of
I
course
do.
the number doesn't go down.
First Emolga goes down to Spark, Zebstrika comes out and I hit Tackle as he hits Spark. A quick attack comes before another tackle, and she uses a Hyper Potion. Luckily, I get a crit to prevent that from happening again as I use Spark.
Well, that's
and use off
lucky.
my last Emolga for the win. All I needed was not to be paralyzed. I grabbed the bolt badge
Alright,
bolted over to Driftvale City, fighting
so
Charon to fall back there
that should
yard.
be 50%
Of
of the
course,
badges
there's
done,
another
right?
event with Team Plasma down on the cold storage, so I take a number of their grunts down before taking out the trainers on Route 6,
Alright, just a couple
since
of
I know that
basic
play is going
battles
to
now.
be an absolute brick wall, and that I'm going to need to be pretty high level. Krokorak has Intimidate,
Oh,
Palpitoad is a strong water and ground type, and Excadrill can hardly be hit because it's immune to electric attacks and is resistant to tackle.
yeah,
I guess
the ground gym would be annoying for an electric type. At least you are immune to ground type attacks, but still.
I decided the best strategy was to get confused by Swagger from Krokorok so that I'd have increased attack, but hope that I wouldn't get hit in confusion. But that's extremely unreliable.
Yeah.
However, after getting to level 50, it actually worked quite well. Krokorok and Palpitoad became one-shots, and Excadrill turned into a 3-shot after one of those got cut off by a Hyper Potion. And with
That's...
that, the Quake badge is mine,
wow.
to progress.
I mean, there was a lot of a level difference, but to see a completely unevolved Tynamo 3-shot resistant Pokemon with tackle, that's definitely amazing.
Form of the Lucky Egg. The Lucky Egg is an item that boosts EXP gain, so
And that's definitely going to be helpful.
grinding on Autonos should go even faster than it was before.
Yeah.
And nothing in the cave really gave me any trouble. Not even yet another battle with N. What the heck?
Again, as I've said, I don't mind these constant battles. I guess they can be kind of annoying if you're not fully healed.
And I don't like padding. Anyway,
alright, yeah.
Cave,
I guess everyone has a different opinion on that matter.
Except for one trainer. There's something here that scares me a lot, and I'd much rather avoid it.
Oh, a ground ghost type.
Finally allowing me to go into the flying gym, where she awaits.
Hang on, is there any required battle against a ground ghost type?
Electric types here. One shot on Swoobat, one shot on Unpheasant,
is there?
Super duper one shot on Swanna.
I believe Golurk is ground ghost. Is there a required battle against someone with a Golurk?
I really thought I'd need to be around level 65 or higher by clay.
Because
so
that could be annoying. And that would explain why he would need to use an item, though I don't quite understand what sort of item would help in that situation.
So that I could take out the trainers on Route 17 and 18. I may as well not waste the experience that these trainers provide, since it's either that and getting money, or knocking out Autonos boringly. After flying back, I ran through Twist Mountain and arrived in Osiris City, where I decided to just go after the gym leader. I'm in the low 60s, so I'm sure I can easily run through Brittle Ice types, and sure enough, I can.
Alright, okay.
Bryson leads off with a Vanillish as I nailed a Spark for the one-shot. He sends out Beartick.
I mean, with that level difference.
Over half and paralyzed him, leaving a Beartick to hit me with an Icicle Crash for a decent chunk. But I KO'd with another Spark.
So yeah, this battle seems to be pretty easy compared to the previous ones.
Spark, netting me the Icicle badge. Not bad at all if I do say so myself.
Nice.
However, this is where the story
how many badges was that? One more or two more? I've already lost track.
Again before you're allowed to move on to Opelucid City. However, I did gain quite a few levels off of it, so at least that's nice. Especially when dragon types resist my electric moves.
Oh yeah, dragon types are also gonna be very annoying.
Bianca took me by surprise and actually beat me for once, leading me to have to fight her again.
She did?
This time I was prepared and got through rather easily. Route 9 was a cinch as well, leaving me to finally to Opelucid City.
I guess it could sometimes happen, but I really didn't expect that, because these rival battles aren't usually that hard, I think. I really didn't think he would lose to a rival battle. Now these dragon types are gonna be very annoying, that much I know.
She led with Fracture as I paralyzed her and she used Dragon Dance. I used Charge Beam before she used another one, so I got worried a little bit. I used Spark and got her down to literally 1 HP before she was fully paralyzed. So she used the Hyper
I used Charge Beam
and got the boost, KOing her after the second Charge Beam.
I was gonna say he got lucky, then I wanted to correct myself, but then he got lucky again.
Her last Pokemon was a Haxorus, and at a whopping level 43, this thing is a threat.
I figured as much. But with that level difference... yeah, alright, that seems like it. Well, that went well.
One more Charge Beam for the knockout, the win and the legend badge. She was quite a pain, but
That should
battle
be the
was
final one,
basically
right?
as good as it could reasonably
Yes.
go. Route 10 and Victory Road are the only barriers left.
Now this is where it gets real.
But Charon decided he wanted battle again. And since it's this last battle with him, I decided to go over it blow by blow. He leads
Sure.
with Pheasant, which eats a spark for a one-shot. Samrock comes out next.
Another one-shot? Figured as much.
Viper is out next, and well, yep, bye-bye.
Wow.
Out a Simisear.
Is it a one-shot?
A one-shot. See what I mean by these battles not being hard? I'm able to beat him with a Tynamo.
That's why it surprised me that you lost the previous rival battle.
Alas, he's just a boring old rival. The Victory Road has some high levels, but I got through it, finally emerging at the Pokemon League. I decided to go right in. May as well try my hand and see what I can do. And
so I'm curious which...
that didn't go well.
Yeah.
I need to grind for sure. I went back to Route 10. And
how high is he gonna grind? I'm gonna expect...
continue to grind Autonos until
at least
82, where I finally had a good run.
82? I figured he would go at least until 90.
As I go for Charge Beam, getting hit by Psychic and lowering my special defense.
Then again, 90 would be almost...
Get a crit, one-shotting her after that.
almost double that of the opponents.
For the same fate, just without a crit. Misharna comes out next, and I get a second crit, KOing it in one shot.
Wow, he got lucky there. That's a lot of crits.
Paralyzed and immobilized her, allowing me to follow up with a third critical spark to rub in.
Right, yeah. He beat that one just by pure luck.
As I hit him with a thunder wave.
Oh no, the Ghost Elite Four member. Does she have a Go Lurk? She might have a Go Lurk. And as I've said, that's definitely gonna be a problem. Because it's immune to both the electric and the normal type moves. Which is definitely gonna ruin the run. That's where he's gonna use an item. I still don't know which one though.
Healing third up is Grimsley, and I just cannot for the life of me beat him at this level. I tried numerous.
And this is where he's gonna do more grinding.
I got to Crocodile, which ended up being his second Pokemon. Intimidate would do too much to me.
So, level 90?
With tackle. I gave up for the time being, opting to go around the region to grab all the rare candies throughout that I could, and grind up to the max level.
Max level?
Probably gonna need it for N and Getsus anyway.
So all the way to 100?
Plenty of PP restoring items.
Huh.
Oh boy,
I suppose that makes sense. Didn't really expect that though.
I went into the fight with Chantal with all of my power points depleted except for 2 charge beams. Why? Because after getting through Cofagrigus, this monstrosity comes out. Golurk is a ground.
There it is.
Ground to make it immune to electricity.
There it is.
Immune to normal. My only
and
attacking move types. So, Struggle is my only.
So that's how he did it. Struggle.
2 struggles, but the rest of the fight I can't heal or use any other moves. So I'm essentially screwed, brick walled to be KO'd.
And that's why he's gonna use an item.
Is that her AI legitimately would not send out the other 2 Pokemon before Golurk, so I had no chance of KOing them before Golurk and making sure that I could possibly get out by not getting hit as much and living through the recoil damage, but it just didn't happen. So, in this sense, no, you can't beat Pokemon Black and White with a single Tynamo without items. But I made an exception and brought in my HM slaves so I could heal after taking so much recoil damage. 1 max revive and max elixir later, and I'm able to take care of the rest of the fight.
So that actually that's 2 items. Well, I guess he had to use items in one situation, but he actually had to use 2 items.
That's the reason I avoided the trainer in Celestial Tower, since they had a Golem, and which would have given me the same problems.
That makes sense.
I probably would have been able to knock it out with Struggle because of how small the team was, but it's not like I was going to run through and deplete all my power points before it.
Yeah.
Anyway, I ran through the rest of the Elite Four, including Grimsley, who didn't give me much trouble due to the massive amount of levels I gained, leaving me with only 2 more battles. After the story bit of the Plasma Castle absolutely destroying the Pokemon League, it's time to fight N for the final time. Well, after catching a big boy in a big ball. And
which he's not allowed to use.
But if I switch it out, I'm forced to take a cheap shot from a legendary.
Yeah.
Which I'm not going to let happen.
That's kind of annoying in these trend runs. I mean, it was epic when it I mean, it was kind of epic, kind of cool. I just said epic. People Guys, the moment when you start using that word unironically.
It does a bit under half, so
But
I
it was
really
kind of
wanted to
cool when it
spark
happened in the
the
original game, but in these challenges it kind of ruins the run, so you have to have a full team.
Vanillix does the same due to it being a frail ice type. Zorark is next and it gets the same fate. Caracosta is a water type, so it goes down super easily to damn it, I forgot about Sturdy.
Yeah.
I paralyzed him though, leaving him immobilized as I did the same attack.
So again, kind of got lucky here.
So I've got him locked in a cycle now, so I've just KO'd with Spark. Archeops is the last of his team, and since it's a
one-shot
without Sturdy, it receives a one-shot for the KO
yeah.
and win. And wasn't that bad.
So that leaves the Ghetsis battle.
It was the easiest boss battle
right?
in the game so far of these final few. Aside from his Reshiram, of course, which gave me a little bit of trouble. After that, though, Ghetsis does the whole say evil plan because that's a good idea shtick, so I fight him.
Like every villain.
The Cophagrigus, which takes down my Zekrom since I had to do the same strategy and no window to swap my team. It nails Thundia with a Toxic.
Hooray.
And I take the time to deposit my HM slaves in Zekrom after whiting out, leaving me with the final fight. This takes several attempts, mostly due to the fact that Cophagrigus can easily poison me with Toxic.
Yeah, I guess poison would be very annoying in this situation.
Moves for most of the game since I've gotten it. I have to either forego it for a Pecha Berry and hope that I can KO things with my unboosted moves, which I'll just save you the time now. I can't. So
alright, good to know.
Toxic misses. I can't use Spark to take it down either, since it has the ability Mummy, taking my ability whenever I hit it with a physical move.
Well, that's
Charge Beam would be my only option, which can only two-shot after getting the boost.
So you have to get kind of lucky to win this fight.
Get a 90% accurate move to get a 70% chance of a boost. Have Toxic's 10% chance to misactivate, and hit it with another 90% accurate charge beam. A little crazy, right? Well,
but it's possible.
Magnet, and on my 15th attempt, I finally got one that worked out.
Alright.
Beams for Cophagrigus, one charge beam for Bufalot, 2 tackles, a full restore, and 3 tackles later for Seismitoad, a charge beam for Hydreigon, surprisingly, 1 for Bisharp, and 2 for Electros won me the fight. That was
so finish.
stressful.
That's actually a nice finish. Finishing the run by beating the fully evolved form of the Pokemon you're using throughout the run.
With that, we've stopped Team Plasma's plan and officially beat Pokemon.
Worked out pretty well, I believe.
Single Tynamo in battle. Well, normally I'd end the video here, but we've got one more battle that I'd like to at least try. I rushed over to Undella Town and faced off against Cynthia for the heck of it.
Oh.
I knew I couldn't win because of Garchomp, and heck, even Spiritomb walled me really hard. Since it has
but he's gonna try anyway?
He went for it over and over again. I managed to take it down once, but Garchomp just came right out.
Once.
Dragon Rush. I can't level any
well, that tells you everything you need to know, right?
I'm gonna leave it at that. I'd try the second round of the Elite Four as well, but Lord knows I've already suffered through enough Golurk.
Yeah.
In conclusion, this run wasn't all that fun actually, since it didn't involve much strategy. Most of it was either sweep after getting a bunch of buffs charge beam,
or lucking out.
Hope for the best with a mix of Thunder Wave, Spark, and Tackle to take advantage of my higher base.
Yeah, I figured that might not be very entertaining to do, but it was still interesting to watch. That much I have to admit.
Able to get this far, aside from Golurk. In fact, leave a comment if any of you try this and get an attempt where Chantal doesn't send out Golurk until the end.
Oh no, I'm not gonna try that.
To wipe her out without items. Anyway, next week's challenge, we're going straight back into this set of games, except with Black version. That's right, we're doing the Professor Oak's challenge for Pokemon Black and White.
Well,
as always, if you like
I'm kind of curious about this. Should I react to a Professor Oak challenge at some point? But then again, I don't know if just trying to complete the Pokédex is really that interesting of a reaction to get. It might be interesting enough to watch, but I don't feel like that's the type of content that would warrant a reaction. Whereas these challenge runs where you restrict yourself, I feel like they lend themselves more to being reacted to. Alright, so yeah, but that was everything. So I didn't even think about how much of a problem Golurk would be, because I didn't even remember Dynamo's moveset. I didn't know that it didn't really learn any new moves. That it was kind of stuck with a normal type and 3 electric type moves. I really didn't know that. And I haven't and even once I saw it, didn't really click in my head that Golurk would be a big problem. But yeah, I guess it makes sense that that's gonna be a big hindrance. But in the end, it did work out. So yeah, again, another great video. ChaoticMeatball, you've done it again. I'm impressed. Now yeah, that's the end of the video. Again, all proper credit will be in the description, as I've said. Check out the original if you haven't yet, which I'm kind of disappointed if you have watched this video and haven't checked out the original beforehand, because you always should do that. But yeah, again, comment in the comment section below if you have any other suggestions as to what I should react to next. Maybe another video by ChaoticMeatball, maybe some other video entirely. I'd be very curious to check it out, and yeah, that's it for now. I'll see you next time then. Bye!